President Biden observing the 2-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd with the long-awaited executive order implementing police reforms. Did you see this yesterday? Our Newsmax Chief White House Correspondent James Rosen joining us now live from the North Lawn with more on what's in the executive order. James, good morning.
Emma, good morning to you. Before signing this measure yesterday, an early draft of which leaked to the conservative website The Federalist back in January, President Biden said it would address the profound fear, trauma, and exhaustion that Black Americans have experienced for generations, and that it would thereby help to, quote, heal the very soul of this nation. The executive order applies only to federal law enforcement officers. Among other steps, it creates a national database of misconduct by officers. It mandates the use of body cameras while officers are conducting patrols. It bans chokeholds and restricts the use of no-knock warrants. Most controversially, within law enforcement, it tightens the rules of engagement for the use of force while emphasizing de-escalation and the duty to restrain fellow officers seen using excessive force. Mr. Biden noted that the executive order has been endorsed by the International Association of Chiefs of Police, the Fraternal Order of Police, and the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, among other police groups.
There are those who seek to drive a wedge between law enforcement and people they serve. Those who peddle the fiction of public trust and public safety are in opposition to one another. The vast majority of law enforcement risk their lives every day to do the right thing. Their families wait for that phone call every time they put on that shield. Just yesterday in Uvalde, brave local officers of Border Patrol agents intervened to save as many children as they could.
And on the subject of the mass shootings in Uvalde, the president continued to call for new restrictions on gun ownership.
Second Amendment's not absolute. When it was passed, you couldn't own a cannon. You couldn't own certain kinds of weapons. It's just always been limitations. The idea that an 18-year-old can walk into a store and buy weapons of war designed and marketed to kill is, I think, just wrong. It just violates common sense.
One move being sought by advocacy groups that urge for tighter gun control measures is another executive order that would expand the definition of who actually is a gun seller in America and thereby bring more of them under existing federal restrictions. Emma.
That possibility coming down from the White House. In the Senate, though, perhaps a bipartisan compromise could be on the works. We'll wait and see. James Rosen at the White House with the latest. James, thank you.